We're waiting for something to happen for Eric Bieniemy, although he can't be hired yet since the Chiefs won 42-21 last night over the Steelers. 8 vacancies. Bieniemy now 3 cycles of getting interviews, and I spent a lot of time trying to figure out why he hasn't gotten a job yet, Mike. The narrative that we hear from time to time that Eric Bieniemy is a bad interview, I've been told by multiple people, is crap. It's a lie. It's not the truth. He interviews well. It gets back to the projection we were talking about a few minutes ago. You have to be comfortable making the bet that a guy who's been a great coordinator is going to be a great head coach. No team yet has been comfortable making that bet. There's a sense that in this cycle, someone will. There's enough people with the Chiefs who are pushing and pushing and pushing for Eric Bieniemy that it's going to catch. It's going to take root, and someone's going to say, we got to give this guy a shot.
So, and again, what you said there, I'm sure others may have been thinking, because there have been some minorities hired, while Eric was going through these cycles. So there was a thought, well, was it the interview process? Was something wrong there? So I'm glad you have heard from people that, that is crap and that he interviews extremely well. So then you really kind of shake your head. Do you think maybe Matt Nagy being on that staff, but Andy Reid being the man with, behind, the plans and the play calling and such, that hurts those under them? I mean, I had that in Philly. Now, we eventually got a job. Buddy Ryan was our head coach. Jeff Fisher was our D coordinator, but we knew Buddy was the defensive guy. Jeff did eventually get a head coaching job. So you wonder, does the Matt Nagy not working in Chicago work against Eric Bieniemy in any way? I don't know.
Oh, and I think that's definitely a factor. And it's more so the fact that it's an offensive coordinator working for an offensive head coach who's clearly involved with the offense. But somebody rolled the dice on Doug Peterson and won a Super Bowl. Somebody rolled the dice on Matt Nagy, and he was coach of the year his first year. And it's not a question of, do we know he's going to work out? The question is, what distinguishes some who get chances from others who don't? And let's go ahead at some point and give this guy a chance. Brian Flores has proven he can do it. The projection isn't there for him. That's why he's so in demand. It's hard to find, when you're looking for that coach, somebody that you have a high degree of confidence can do it. And I'd like to think there's enough people from the Chiefs organization who are privately saying, this guy's ready, this guy's ready, this guy's ready, that someone's going to believe it. I look at the Vikings. He was there for 5 years. He was running backs coach when they drafted Adrian Peterson. He was in that position when they almost made it to the Super Bowl in the first Brett Favre year. He was assistant head coach in 2010. Now, that was the year they fired Brad Childress during the season. But the Vikings know him. The Vikings know him as well as anybody, better than anybody who's looking for a coach right now. And I've heard his name mentioned there. I mean, they at least don't have to rely on the same due diligence others do. They've employed him for 5 years.
Well, and God knows if the Vikings had enough offensive coordinators over the last few years, the way Zimmer was going through them. And boy, what a gig to get. I mean, you're being handed, 2 incredible receivers and a great running back, and you probably have Kirk Cousins there because, again, you may know this better than me. Who's picking up a $35 million tab unless they wanted to trade him and pick up a lot of the tab to the team he goes to. So that's going to kind of be your battery of quarterback, running back, and receivers, and it's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah, and just one of the many jobs that is still out there as the process grinds a little more slowly than it has in the past. Of course, as I say that, it's going to happen before the show ends. Somebody's going to hire someone, right? Yeah. The moment we fully let our guard down is the moment 3 jobs will be filled by the time we go to bed.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.